We're not supposed to, you heard Jim?
Huh?
He cut the lights off.
Turn back. What's up? What happened? Yeah, I'm good. No, it's mine. It's my property. Alright? You got a problem, call somebody.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, people were out here assuming he has somebody planted over there. Listen to this. Last night, he suddenly dropped footage of Jim Jones literally kicking a door in, then slid in a caption right under it. It read, "Dang, bro, this wouldn't happen if we were friends. Do you want to be friends? I don't know, let's rap about it, LOL." And of course, he couldn't resist plugging bread to Luchi Mador, delicious Wagyu, because you already know he's going to promote his brands every single time. Then he went a step further and posted the actual eviction notice listing IMC Management LLC and Joseph Jones. The paperwork shows the address at the Floors in Bronx, New York. From what it looks like, there are 3 units sitting side by side. The agreement terms are spelled out clearly under the LLC, and the document literally states, "Take notice as follows." It says, the tenant received a 15-day notice of default dated January 5, 2026, which expired January 22, 2026, followed by a 5-day termination notice dated February 10, 2026, expiring February 17, 2026. The filing claims the tenant's tenancy at the premises has officially been terminated. There are additional clauses shown on the screen if you want to pause and read them. They outline the alleged violations and state that he had to remove and recover all personal property. Now, I don't know why he was kicking the door like that. I'm guessing once it was locked, his belongings were still inside, and the notice said he needed to clear everything out. I'm not sure if they can legally keep what's left in there, but Jim Jones responded and turned it into a joke. He compared himself to Bruce Leroy from that classic movie we all grew up watching as kids. The post even joked, "Kung Fu Jim is what they call him, LOL, and said he just needed a good movie for the big screen since they got cable. So I'm assuming he walked back into the building to show what was inside. I'ma be real with you, Jim Jones. This is not a good look, bro. I get that you're doing what you feel you gotta do because you know Jim Jones is gonna respond and he understands the internet. He even calls himself an algorithm bender. But let's be honest, you can't bend the algorithm more than capital C leader 50 Cent. I'm just keeping it 1,000. He thrives off controversy, chaos, confusion, and conflict. That's literally his lane, and we all know he's gonna do whatever keeps him trending and in the mix, even if that means crashing out of the situation. We're talking capital C's, and Curtis has to be mentioned whenever we break that down. Jim Jones, I'ma keep it honest with you, bro. I believe in beating the system, not beating people. But if the rent isn't paid and it hits the internet, and you know 50 Cent sees it, he's absolutely gonna play with it. That's how he moves. Like it or love it, he's been consistent for over 20 years since we were introduced to him. So if you're beefing with him and throwing shots, you better make sure your paperwork and business are airtight. And I don't know why Jim Jones wasn't paying the rent. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes or why the business wasn't handled. The show is fire. The show is lit. People are supporting it heavily. I don't know his financial situation, and life definitely comes with ups and downs. Lord knows I've been broke more times than I can count. There were moments I barely had it or was just scraping by to make ends meet. But I always told myself I'm gonna get up and go make something happen. I'm not sitting back, starving, suffering, or playing victim. Still, let's be real. Sometimes life hits hard. It gets real out here, no matter who you are. Highs and lows come with actually living this thing called life. But I will say this to Jim Jones. Going at 50 Cent means you better think twice, because at this stage, he does this just to be petty. People want 50 to actually rap. They want him to jump back in and respond to Fab, because Fab dropped a live verse, Jim had his disses, and Maynooth added his too. But he's not gonna rap. He won't. because 50 moves like he's playing the 48 laws of power and always looking for the strategic win. He's not trying to compete bar for bar or stand on the same stage. He's gonna keep weaponizing the internet. I don't know if the landlord, a tenant, or somebody connected to the building sent him that paperwork, or if it's just a supporter making sure it reached him. But you have to remember, 50 Cent has millions and millions of fans worldwide. This happened last night and it's already everywhere online. His fan base stretches across the globe, and those fans come from every background imaginable. Some are deeply rooted in the culture, others are just admirers from a distance. Somebody could have seen that notice, worked in the building, or had access and said, "Here you go, 50." Or maybe he's speaking directly to the landlord. But honestly, I doubt a landlord would risk leaking documents and violating clauses just to be messy and end up in legal trouble. It could easily be an employee inside the building. That door-kicking clip showed Jim putting real force behind it though. It didn't budge at first. Eventually, he forced it open, and when a lady walked by, he looked at her like she was overreacting. I'm like, bro, you're making a whole lot of noise. As my guy said, life makes noise, big noise. Make noise, make noise, make noise. Jim, what do you got going on? But at the end of the day, I low-key enjoy it because nobody's actually fighting. They're older now. 50 Cent is 50 years old. Jim Jones is right there around that age too. This is just the evolved version of beef in 2026. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.